Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're on here blabbing. Well, we'll be blabbing here shortly. We're going to talk about converting Periscope broadcast to YouTube. And quite frankly, I know nothing about that. So this is a big old learning session for me with Pat. This is Patrick Palmer. He's actually out in Iowa. He's the computer guy. And yeah, go ahead, Pat.
Oh, glad to be here.
Yay. And I'm in Colorado, but we know each other because I traveled to Iowa a time or two and met Pat over there and was very impressed with his knowledge. And he just really knows his stuff. And he's good at teaching how to do things. And so I always understand really clearly what he's saying. If I can understand it, everybody else can. So I asked if he wouldn't join us on here. And this is the topic he proposed. I thought it was a great topic. So the first thing I'm going to say is on the left of your screen, there's this little blue button called Tell a Little Bird. And we here would very much appreciate that if you click that, because what that does is it tells Twitter that we're on here and what we're talking about. So if you guys would do that, we would appreciate that greatly. And then the next thing is, if you're a veteran Blab user, you know to click on the hands right below in the right bottom corner of the square of a person who's on here. So for Pat, I'm going to do it right now. Click, click, click. And you can see that I'm giving him props. And that just says, hey, really like what you're saying. Thanks for coming here. So that's what we do that for. And then they go away. You don't get to bank those. I kind of wish we could bank our props, but there's no banking. You just prop during the live, and then that's it. It goes away. But it's fun. It's a fun thing. And the other thing is, over here in the right column, you can type some questions for us. And right now, I've got the seats locked, the extra seats locked. But once Pat gets kind of going in on his thing and we come to a point where we can ask questions, we'll open up that seat and you can come on, ask him some questions. And Major here will, that's what we're talking about. So we're going to jump into that's exactly the question of the day. All right. And I'm going to tell a little bird myself. Let me just do that right now. Follow my own instructions. Okay, Pat, tell us about it. What's up? Have you done a lot of periscoping?
I'm one of those weird people that there's so much noise out there right now, and everybody's. Oops. Of course, I hit the wrong button there.
Pat's on Periscope.
That was
there's some noise right there.
There was some noise right there because I didn't know what we could do for screen sharing, and so I've got a tablet here. I was going to hold up and play show and tell when we get through this whole thing.
Oh, totally. That's probably.
And I keep looking at you, and I should look at the camera just like we're on TV.
Yes, and it's hard to do. Yes, it's hard to do. I know. So welcome to Blab. Thanks for jumping in on Blab when it's not a platform you're used to, and just helping us out here.
Sure. We have to assume a few things because that's how we do things. We assume. And first of all, before I do let's get back to this. There's a lot of noise out there.
Yes.
Let's say that first.
Yes.
And of course, you can follow everybody you want to follow. And after a while, some of that just becomes too noisy and you just unfollow people. Mm-hmm. So what I've done to really build my brand up is I really only Periscope twice a week. Okay. First, I do a Monday promo of what's coming up that night. I do Pat's on Periscope. It's a weekly show. Perfect. And you can find it on YouTube. You can find it on my video blog spot at www.randomaccess.bz. And you can see that. And so I do a promo that says, tonight we're going to be talking about A, B, and C. I feature tech, I feature social media, and I feature hoaxes because you know that if you didn't copy and paste that thing, that Facebook's going to charge you the $5.99.
Apparently this week that's happening.
That's happening this week.
All over Facebook. Oh, my goodness. Yes.
Oh. So I go through those because those are really the three big areas in my business as the computer guy, and I do some social media work. I have to dispel hoaxes all the time. People call up, I saw this on my phone or on my computer, blah, 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 and it's a hoax. So anyway, that's usually what happens there. So we have to so I focus on the content, and that's kind of where I'm at. So you're not going to see me eating lunch on Periscope or walking down the street. I started to chew some people's butts over driving and Periscoping.
People are doing that?
Yeah. And
wow.
They do tell me they've got it in a hands-free position.
Sure.
But you've got to do something to hit start and end and whatever you're going to do. So
sure. Okay.
But let me find a couple of examples. Maybe I can hold them up here for you of what I would call, and this is just me, what I would call maybe noise.
Okay.
A lot of it is all the emoji icons that just take up the whole screen, and it's
Sure.
like my philosophy has always been the empty barrel makes the most noise. And so if you're filling your description with emojis and all this other garbage, is that the content you're going to see in it is just a bunch of garbage and filler? Or is it going to be, I follow several country music artists. I'm a country music fan.
Yes.
And was in radio for several years.
Uh-huh.
Billy Dean, Lori Morgan, Leanne Rimes, the Gatlin brothers, hell, half their videos just say untitled, and they get thousands of people watching. So
Amazing.
it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to fill the thing up. Now, what I did learn recently, because when you do the start the Periscope, it sends a note to Twitter. I would recommend hashtags on the topic.
Yes.
Because then that can integrate into a discussion that's online currently. So
Right.
if you're like my wife and hooked on Dancing with the Stars, she could do hashtag DWTS and then talk about her favorite dancer, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
anyway, but that would be relevant to the discussion. So anyway, we have to assume a couple things. And what I do when I get ready to do the Periscope is I've got a stand here, and this has a gizmo. And actually, when I bought it, this was like $7.99. And this
I've seen those kind that you're holding up there. Okay.
So anyway, this was too low.
Okay.
Focus. This was too low, and so I just moved it to a bigger stand that can stand, 4 feet tall.
Okay.
And because I kind of like to have the thing angled down just a little bit, or more like eye level, like we're just having a conversation, because that's what it is.
Yes.
And you can just put the phone in here. It's got a little rubber stopper, and then there you go.
Okay. Oh,
So
perfect.
that holds it so you're not like one of those deals.
Yes. I do see some shaky periscopes going on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And next of all, then we need. I always restart the phone. That gives it a fresh reboot. Shut it off. Turn it on.
Okay.
Let it power cycle. Wait 5 minutes just so all the stuff can get going, and then you're good. I've got a little microfiber rag here, a little towel. I always clean the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera, because if you don't, it streaks, and then you got this light rays. It looks like you're somewhere spooky, and you're coming back from heaven.
I never thought about that. That's such a good tip. I never even considered it. Okay. Both cameras.
So because one greasy fingerprint can ruin the whole deal.
Yeah.
And especially on the front-facing, I wish by default, before the broadcast started, you could pick front face or rear face. Instead, you have to hit broadcast, scroll down. They get to see my junky fax machine back here.
Sure.
And then I can switch it, and then you see my computer is what I see. So anyway, those are some tips there.
If I may ask then, so what you're saying is you have to start your Periscope broadcast first and then switch your camera if that's what you're looking to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
And
wonder
that's
why did they make it that hard? And there's your cat. Why did they make it that hard? That seems, I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. There should be a choice. You get to pick your
I agree.
location and whatnot. We'll talk about that here in a second.
Okay.
The next thing I do is I make sure before I even get going, I have good lighting.
Mhm.
And then the next thing I make sure is I turn my phone on a silent or do not disturb mode. If you get one phone call, one text, one whatever during your show, boom, you're done.
Does it actually stop the broadcast from going?
Really confused. The phone call will. Definitely
Okay,
the phone call
okay,
really.
okay.
And I'm basing all this on the Android. So if you have
Okay.
iPhone, your mileage may vary. So it could be a whole different deal. So, but still with an iPhone or whatever, you need to clean the darn screen. I mean, you want one
You do.
greasy fingerprint. You eat fried chicken for supper and do a Periscope, you're going to be hazy. You'll be hazy sometimes after eating chicken.
You are if you eat too much chicken.
Yeah.
Hey, so we have somebody asking how many people watch your Periscope broadcast. Do you have a pretty standard number of people that tune into you?
My wife. No.
Good.
I usually have 10 or 15.
Okay.
And when you put, and I'll talk about this a little bit, when you put the Periscope on, you put it on Twitter and then you put it on your area, I get a lot of people from the area that just, oh, look at this. And
you mean the area, the physical area, the area that you're in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll talk about some things on that.
Yes.
I'm not a big Twitter person. I follow celebrities. If you're reading my tweets, I'll stay up till 3 a.m. and watch HBO late night and tweet all the stars on there. Hey, great movie. I'll watch Battle of the Network stars and tweet those stars on there, and they reply back.
Isn't that interesting? They do? Cool.
Yeah. Morgan Fairchild, like, oh, thanks for watching. You haven't heard of Morgan Fairchild since the 70s.
Yeah.
So we're taking into consideration you have some prerequisites here. We of course, a Twitter and a Periscope account. I would suggest a YouTube account.
Yes.
Now, how I do it is I record the video so it stays on my phone in the camera reel, in the video reel.
Yes.
This is how this works.
Right.
If you don't do that, then we're going to come up to plan B. But so anyway, I have a Dropbox account. When the video gets done, I upload the movie, the video, to a Periscope Dropbox folder. And so then that process, then I can use that and drag it back down into my video editing program. And if you do need to have some sort of a graphics program like Canva or Photoshop to make your template.
Okay.
And this is kind of how, if I can find this template real quick, which I should have had prepared a long time ago. But you need to have a template. I've seen a lot of good ones. There's ones that actually have like a phone shape, and then you put your video inside the phone shape.
I've seen those. I don't know how they do it, but it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I have a template, but on my template, the handy thing is that I have my contact details, because if it's going to be out there for you, you might as well have your Twitter handle. If you have a set time that you do your Periscopes, maybe have that. I've also created a Pat's on Periscope button there.
There we go. Okay. Kind
it's
of,
on
yeah.
my random access page. And I can put that on Twitter. I can put that on Facebook. I can put that on Pinterest. It just says Pat's on Periscope with a Computer Guy live Monday night, 8 p.m. Central. And make sure you give the time zone.
Yes.
Because, I woke up this morning thinking, 10 o'clock. Well, then it was 11, of course.
Right.
And so anyway, so anyway, I do have a template, and we'll see if this shows up. Anyway, you might not be able to read it, but you can at least see.
Get a little closer. Yeah, I can see it. I can there we go. I can see it better.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the gist of it.
Yeah, so it's got my logo, it's got my times, it's got my website address.
Okay.
I left this blank over here because that's where your little logo on YouTube pops up.
Okay.
So you can embed a little logo or a watermark on YouTube, and that's where that pops up. So you don't want to cover that up. So it says Tech Social Hoaxes with a Computer Guy, and it gives my email address, or gives my website and my handle for Twitter, and it gives the time. So that's, plus it has my logo in the background. And then I take the video that I've recorded, and it's of course landscape, or portrait, I mean.
Yes.
And I can drag that into that graphic. Now, I use a graphics program called Camtasia.
I've heard of it.
It's a paid for one. It's not exactly cheap. It's not exactly expensive. There are other free ones I know out there. I do know that Windows Movie Maker will not work.
Oh, which is all I have. It doesn't.
Yeah, and that's just but I if you do some research on Google,
okay.
I did find 5 of them. I just didn't copy them down. But again, this method for me works with vertical video because I hate vertical video on Facebook. And
yes, people listening in, he does hate vertical video. He always says something on Facebook about it quite a lot. I thought, Pat, I could have sworn, and I don't know this for sure, that they made it so you don't have to do vertical video anymore in Periscope.
They did. That's my next point.
Oh, so sorry. Carry on.
That's all right. So anyway, naturally, when we're when we're watching a Periscope video, the natural way to hold your phone is the way you hold your phone.
Yep.
So you're here and you're here. A lot of people don't hold it like this. So
Right.
when it does come up, then you have to rotate your phone. A lot of the comments may block some of your content. So you have to slide over in the frame a little bit if you want to see the contents, come up here.
Yes.
If you're in the middle, contents may, and if you're having kind of a show and tell, or if it's not a front-facing camera and you're actually showing something, then the comments may block what you're trying to show. So you're kind of defeating the purpose. Now, if you decide that uploading to Facebook or uploading to YouTube isn't for you, and you don't want to monkey around with all the inlays and the templates and whatnot, you can do a horizontal video, landscape video, record it, and it'll come up on Periscope the right way. Now, when it saves it in your phone, it will save it sideways. So if you wanted to watch the video on your phone, you have to turn your head and watch it.
Okay.
That's the problem. Now, this is Android only because I don't have the iStuff.
Yes.
But there's a workaround. Yes.
Perfect.
If you upload that sideways video to Facebook and it says it's done processing, go to the video editor and rotate it. And that's only, from what I've seen, is that's only on the computer. You can't do that from your phone.
Okay.
So if you get to your Facebook page and you see your video is vertical and it's sideways, so everybody's got to tip their screen, go to the editor on Facebook and rotate the video clockwise.
Clockwise. Okay. Good tip. I don't think I knew you could do that in there.
Yeah. I just saw it the other day when I was monkeying around. So because for me, Periscope is a lot of one and done. You do it, you're done. And so I was at the world's largest county fair the other day in Spencer, Iowa. And friends of mine had this great fair booth display. And they're from Hampton. And so anyway, I was interviewing them on Periscope thinking, this will be cool. And I had the phone sideways and it was all cool. And I thought, I'm just going to post this to Facebook and I'll have 2 times the coverage and whatnot. Well, I got to that point and I looked at the video and it was sideways. And so the Periscope was fine. That was fine. I had to do another one and remember all the cute and funny things I said.
Right.
The second time. And they're like, heard that joke before. No.
It was sideways, but I heard it. So we have a question on rotating the video from Robert. He says, is that in Camtasia?
No, that is rotating the video is in, if you went to post it from your phone and you hit post to Facebook.
That's the only time you'll need to rotate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you start like this and go like this and then go like this, then somebody's going to get a sore neck because it flops back and forth.
Okay.
It's not good. So start out one way, start out the other. Again, that's kind of what we're on it there. So that takes care of page 1.
Yay,
Page one of 62.
Okay.
But that's kind of where we're at on the Facebook. And Periscope is a Twitter product, and maybe they just didn't want to work. It's working better now, and it's always going to improve. It's not going to just get worse.
Right.
They're going to always make ways, because the bottom line is they know if you can share your video with a bunch of people, that makes everybody a winner. You and the company, everybody.
Right.
So that's now method number 2. If you don't want to do the graphics and the overlays and the whatnot, you can do a program called Catch.me, KATCH.me.
Oh, never heard of it.
And Catch.me would capture the video live, but it seems to pretty much work only in portrait mode only. It captures the comments on the side as well, and the hearts.
It does. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Now, of course, you always have some person always has to throw in a ignorant comment. So I don't know if, and there's a lot of them with me. And so I don't know if you can edit those out, because when you make the description of the video, you have to hashtag the word catch, KATCH,
Okay.
for it to trigger what it does. Get an account at Catch Me. You can use your Twitter account to make it go. So once you get in there, you can see it all about. Then from there, they've just added a feature to Catch. They've had a rewrite because of demands of what they need. You can download the actual video from Catch and then upload it to wherever you want to go.
Perfect.
Or they've got the embed link, or a link. So you can either like this blab stuff here. You can either you can take the link and put it anywhere you want, or if you want to own the content more, download the video from Catch Me and then upload it to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So
Perfect.
Like that. So they've had some recent upgrades. Catch also works with the Meerkat product.
Yes.
And so you could use that too. But it was unreliable there for a while, but now they've done some rewrites and somebody must have thrown some money into it, and it works.
Okay.
I did some research in the last couple of days on some Chrome extensions that allow you to do various capturing things, but it seems like they came out and then I see, oh, that doesn't work anymore. And it came out and then 2 weeks later, oh, that doesn't work anymore. So your best bet is to be able to capture the video on your phone. So make sure your phone storage area is cleared up. If you have too much in your phone, it's not going to work. Now, a couple other things that you want to take into consideration is that, you can hit the button to tweet out your Periscope, and you can hit the location button. Now, if you're at Pikes Peak or somewhere famous like that haunted airport in Denver, or wherever you want to be,
Are you picking on my state?
you can put on a public, hey, I'm here, and that's going to be cool. And people all around that area can see where you're at, and maybe there's people from Denver who say, I think I'll watch that.
Because it's a type of local marketing, kind of. Local.
It really is. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, however, if you're worried about security and your safety and whatnot, that map, that circle, that gets pretty small. That's like a block away when I do it from my home.
Okay.
So
consider that just based on your subject and where you are, whether that's smart for you to do.
Yeah.
It might not be. From the top of Pikes Peak would be super cool. I don't think anybody's going to race up to Pikes Peak and get you.
Right.
I mean, I'd be a little surprised. But there's certain downtown Denver areas you might not want to be in, and I'm sure Iowa has its fair share of neighborhoods you might not want to.
Yeah, that Northside liquor store in Mason City always gets held up. You don't want to be there periscoping.
Yeah.
Or else you catch a robbery on the phone,
Yeah, you could be the one getting that.
Let's see
everybody,
this.
let me just remind everybody while you're looking at your next notes here that to tell a little bird, it's just on the left side of your screen. It's a little blue box. If you click that, it tells all of Twitter that we're over here talking about Periscope and all things Periscope. Lots of great information on Periscope, and we're gonna talk about how to convert to YouTube here eventually, because we're getting all the tips we need first. This is stuff I didn't know about Periscope. I knew some of it. So this is great information. So if you feel so inclined, tell a little bird. We would appreciate it.
Yeah. And Paul Harvey, good day. I see it at the bottom.
I saw that.
I used to love Paul Harvey until I had to carry him every day on the radio, and then he got like really, really old.
Jeez.
Then, well, anyway,
I guess old happens.
yes. It got old. But okay, so anyway, I'm going to bring up my other gizmo here. So, we go from, and basically you're just uploading the video to YouTube, and of course you put in all your normal YouTube tags. You put in your Periscope ID. You put in the websites where you can find this at, and this is, for example, how long you can see this?
Yeah, let's see, up a little. We can see it better right about there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's pretty much what my YouTube video looks like. I've embedded it into my blog, and so.
Okay, you've got all your branding on there, and
you could do a cover photo, so you could do a custom cover. I do those where I don't look, really, really stupid.
Right.
The sad part about it, had I redone it, thought about it again, I would have moved, and this is just some example here.
Okay.
I would have moved the hole where I put the video at over to the side, so I always don't have an arrow in the middle of my head.
Yes.
But that's up to you. You can do what you want. But anyway, that's but yeah, then tag that, and then of course from YouTube, then I share it to Pinterest, I share it to Google Plus, I share it to Facebook. You know, you do what you want with it, or you can just take a raw video and upload it to your video stream anyway in Facebook.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So
in a blog post, you probably mentioned that. I mean, there's lots of ways to purpose that content, repurpose and over and over. And if it's evergreen content that you talked about that in a year still pertains to something, throw it back out there.
I mean, it's such a waste that people would just have a video and not even save it for 24 hours. And then if they save it for 24 hours, poof, after that time, then it's gone and it's in space. That's
right. Does everybody here understand that? Periscope will save it 24 hours and no more. So this is why it's imperative you save it to your phone yourself. Yep. Oh, yeah. It's out of here.
Later this month, I don't know how, well, you should be familiar with the Gatlin Brothers band.
Yes.
Country.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. They did a song called Denver and Houston and probably all the Golds in California. So they do a lot of location names.
Sure.
So we're going to kind of bank on that. And I'm lining up. They're going to be in Iowa in 2 weeks. And so Rudy is on Periscope. And so Rudy Gatlin of the Gatlin Brothers. Okay. So we're going to work out a deal where we do a Periscope, but I'm going to aim the camera at him. He's going to aim the camera at me. And then, but my wife's going to stand behind him so she also gets the video as well. She won't be periscoping, she'll just be catching the video. And so then I'm going to do a dual screen interview with Rudy and Steve Gatlin.
Super cool.
And
what a great idea.
Yeah, that should be. But on the radio the other day up in Mason City, Jay Brooks, who's our local rock star country guy, he did a Periscope the other day, and then the country singer Billy Dean was also doing a Periscope at the same time. So kind of the same thing. It's just I'm going to have both videos side by side, so it looks like a in-depth 60 minutes interview.
Yes, very creative.
Yeah,
it's a great way to do it.
And that's what people have to do with the new technology is get creative. There's going to be so many people. I mean, I looked at the Blab people on the start screen here on Blab, and I got you throw a stick and see how many people you hit that are talking about Periscope videos and SEO stuff and blah 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 blah. You just have to make yourself stand out a little bit. You have to pick your own special sauce.
Yes, you do. Your own awesome sauce. That's right. Absolutely. Yeah, there is. There's a lot of information out there with on social media and just these types of ways to reach people. Tons and tons of Blab sessions just on this alone. It's you got to stand out.
Yep. And sometimes my cat even makes an appearance, and that's
that's always fun.
Yeah. So if there's any questions, I'll try and answer them. I'm not the expert, but it's just practical use, and I'm presenting this same thing pretty much later this month for Sarah up in Mason City.
Oh, you are? Oh, good.
Social Media Summit. Dun, 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 dun.
If I could go, I would. I'm too far away right now. Yeah. I would totally go to that. And we can open up a seat. I don't know. Let me open a seat. If anybody wants to jump on live, Pat's right here to answer questions, and we'll try to figure out if we know the answer to whatever you have to ask. So go ahead and pop on. I've opened up a seat if you'd like. In the meantime, how long have you been doing your own Periscope show now? Because Periscope's been around a while.
I just did 15 weeks. I can't believe I stuck with it that long.
I totally understand what you mean. It's like blogging. You can't believe you stuck with it that long. 15 weeks. Excellent. And how are you using it? So you're uploading up to YouTube, and do you then use your videos in some of the on-site trainings that you're doing? I mean, how are you using your content?
It's just the 3 tips of the week, pretty much social media, tech tips, and the hoaxes. And it's only about a 15-minute show. You lose people after probably 4 minutes, but anyway.
Isn't
and
that
like
the
I
truth?
said, one thing that irritates me, and it's just me. And if you do this all the time, just know that this irritates people. And you're doing a Periscope, and you're talking to yourself on the phone, and you say, "And I've got an important thing to tell you that is very important about Periscope. Oh, hi, Chad42. Oh, hi. Well, where are you from? Well, oh, there's Darcy61.
Yes.
Oh, there's Sarah Mama too. And then they forget what they're going with this very important topic, and they lose it.
And then they lose it.
Yeah. And
so I've seen what you're talking about. I think it can work handled correctly. I know somebody that does this a lot, and she's very good about saying, "Hey, so-and-so from Rome." She has people from Rome that love her. She's here in Colorado. And so she'd say, "Hi, so-and-so, it's great to see you." And then she'll go right back into what she was talking about.
Right.
Would you find that less annoying or a wait, like a wait? Because I think what she's trying to do is acknowledge her people. I mean,
Sure.
It's a great way to say thanks, just to value the people that are coming in and talking to you. But if you lose your train of thought, that doesn't really work too well.
What I do is what you could do, and there's two different ways I could do it, is number one, you're always waiting for the crowd to catch up to you. So when you first start the Periscope, hello, this is Pat. I'm going to tell you something very important. I say very, very, very important right now. And then I kind of go with a bunch of filler, and that's it. Well, 90% of people miss the first maybe 30 seconds.
Okay.
That's when I usually say hi. Oh, hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Because then when I upload that to YouTube, I can take that out.
Oh, good point.
Then people who don't really care for the first 30 seconds of who I'm saying hi to don't have to see it. I just take that out.
That's an excellent way to handle that, because if there's anything I've noticed online is that there's pretty much no attention span. And if you do any filler in the beginning, which is probably why some of us have gotten used to launching immediately into what we want to say, if you have any level of filler, they're out of there. It has to be interesting. I'm talking within the first 10 seconds.
Yep.
So
well, it's a goldfish mentality these days.
Yes, it is.
And, the thing is that I also recap. So I talk about one topic, and then at the end of the topic, I do like tech, social media, and hoaxes. So after the tech, I say, again, we're here on Periscope. It's every Monday night at 8 o'clock Central Time. Welcome to the show. Again, we're talking about tech. And now let's talk a little bit about social media. I'll go through that. And then at the end of the social media, I'll recap the two. And then I'll go into the hoaxes. Then I'll kind of recap what I did for the day. So,
because what we found, and that even happens even in our little session here today, is people come in the middle. And what ends up happening is they'll ask a question that's already been answered or mention something that we've already talked about. And so that's certainly a challenge when you're doing any kind of live streaming. I've noticed, I'm sure it's the same on Periscope, is that people don't really, they just don't get, they're just not there for the whole thing, and they want to catch up in the middle. So I think building in time to repeat a little bit without boring the people that have been there with you is a good thing to do. It's just, but you've got to be, I don't know what the word is, expeditious about it. You can't just like keep talking about the same thing over and over. But mentioning it again is a good thing I've noticed, and that's why people come in the middle and say, "Hey, how about so and so?" And we've already said that.
Let me put my YouTube channel up here, because
excellent.
Then I've done for people to go to the site, I've broken the site into my Periscope videos, my this videos, my that videos by different topics. So
excellent.
Pat's on Periscope's at the top. I'm going to be doing also with the show Random Access on my website, Random Access. I'm doing just kind of stuff I want to do as far as some videos, and I know they're going to be interesting. And so just interview various people. I don't like bees. I don't like to be stung by bees, but I do like honey. So I'm going to interview several honeybee producers.
That's fun.
Just various stuff. Our local newspaper and our local radio station are very good at local. But when you have a local radio station, or even TV station that's 30 miles away, you've only got 30 seconds for a story or a few paragraphs. So I want to take 5 or 10 minutes and interview some local newsmakers and some national newsmakers that that are making news. I also want to debunk a few hoaxes. I've got a few of those lined up.
Sure.
I don't know if you remember the band Diamond Rio at all.
Yes.
Diamond Rio. They had a song out that is called "In God We Still Trust." And if you Google it on the internet, you'll find that Obama and the federal government has banned that song from the radio. You'll go to jail if you play it.
Wow.
And so anyway, I was at a Diamond Rio concert one night and backstage with the guys, and I got the lead singer of Diamond Rio, Marty Rowe, and we talked about that. And he says, I get emails about that. And he says, it's not true. So anyway, but we debunked that rumor and explained why you probably don't hear that song on the radio as much as you would, but you'll have to just tune in, randomaccess.bz.
Yes, that's right. That's right. And feel free to throw more stuff here and put in your website or whatever else you want to in our chat session here. Since nobody's coming on, or we've maybe answered everybody's questions, we're going to wind up here in probably the next 5 minutes. And I want to make sure everybody knows how to get in touch with you.
Yeah. And
perfect.
If you've got a question later while you're watching this, and it's 1:30 in the morning, don't be scared to just send a message, and I'll probably answer it.
Stop doing that late night stuff. Is that from your DJ days? Because I can't do that.
No, because I was a morning guy and I had to act like I cared, and I was happy at 4:30 in the morning. I was quite an actor. Now
you
they
were,
said,
if you don't care.
They said, why'd you quit radio? I said, because I got tired of reading the damn weather forecast.
Yeah, wasn't for you.
This is Iowa, and we're all about the weather.
Gosh. Pat, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming on. I learned a lot of stuff. I don't use Periscope much, and I haven't used YouTube as much as I should. So I'm actually going to go check your stuff out, see what I can learn. This was really, really helpful. I appreciate you taking the time over there in Iowa to come talk to us. Yeah,
well, between all the presidential candidates coming out and seeing us, and I don't exactly. I will caucus in November or in February when it comes out. But my brother-in-law, I like candidate X, and so then I go out and I meet candidate X, and then whatever they send me, I always send you stuff in the mail.
Yeah.
So I have them autograph their mailings to us, and he is just thrilled. So Monday night I met Chris Christie because Ben liked Chris Christie.
Okay.
And I met Ben liked Donald Trump, so I had to go meet Donald Trump and get his autograph on that picture of him firing the Anyway, I go out and, because in Iowa, really with the caucuses being first, I know it's off topic, but if you don't go and you don't participate, they won't come back.
Mm-hmm.
And so
you do that.
A lot of good caucus or a lot of good candidate coverage on Periscope as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, I hate the gotcha stuff, but I do like it when they do answer a couple questions on Periscope just for the voters who can't see, they're not there or whatever. So anyway, this Periscope has a lot of uses. They did the whole they did a Jeb Bush Periscope the other day when he was in Mason City, and they ran the whole thing. And I don't know if they repurposed it or not, but it was there, and it was about a 20-minute speech. And for the next 24 hours, you could get it, and you could take cuts. You could get information. So it's got a world of possibilities. I hope people just don't abuse it. I hope it's just not filled with white noise. And I hope that when you have a topic, put your topic in and a hashtag on what the topic is, and hopefully it'll go viral.
Well, we want viral. Viral's tough to get, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen. We hashtag here. You can see that we hashtagged your subject here today, and I know that's why people signed up. We had 9 subscribers, so even if they're not here live and some of them couldn't make it, they're going to get the recording. And I'm telling you, it's because we had the right stuff hashtagged. So it's extremely important to do that with your subject to get the people there. So, all right. So I'm going to say thank you so much. I'm going to stop recording. Thanks everybody for coming.